Right now, Joe Biden promised prescription drug relief. So did Nancy Pelosi. So did all the Democrats. New Democrats wanted a clear signal from Biden on passing prescription drug legislation. It's not the new plan. It's not in the new plan. So Joe Biden's prescription drug plan is not in his plan. But the White House officials tell the Huffington Post it will be in his speech tonight, along with a call to do it this year. But that's weird. He's not telling. Isn't that weird? He's not telling us anything yet, but he might later in his speech. That really doesn't that scream leadership? So here's the story. President Biden will ask to pass legislation giving federal government the power to negotiate prescription drug prices, a White House official told the HuffPo. The White House released a policy blueprint on Wednesday in advance of the speech, and the blueprint is silent on prescription drugs. Why is the blueprint silent on? Why would that be? But the speech tonight will include a firm rhetorical commitment. A firm rhetorical. This sounds like a sternly worded letter.
What do we want? Firm rhetorical commitment. When do we want them? You know the thing. What do we want? Firm rhetorical commitment.
But the speech will include a firm rhetorical commitment, according to the White House official who is speaking on the condition of anonymity. In need for help are Americans with their health care costs, especially high prescription drug prices, right? Okay. File that under, yeah, no kidding. Biden, during the 2020 presidential campaign, he promised to seek legislation to reduce prices by having the government use its leverage with drug manufacturers through the Medicare program. So right now, I don't know if people know this, but Medicare is literally forbid by law, a law passed by the people you elected. They are forbidden from negotiating drug prices. So they just have to pay whatever the pharmaceuticals say they want. And so Joe Biden said he was going to fix that. But it's not in his plan. But he's going to say it. But he won't put it in his plan. What in the F? He promised a lot of things. So far, nothing will fundamentally change, and not banning fracking are the ones he's kept. Those are the ones he's kept. But at some point in the last few weeks, the administration decided not to include a proposal on drug prices. Another solid move by the Biden administration. That gives you an A with the progressives. As word of that decision circulated, Democratic lawmakers began firing off letters to the White House asking Biden to reaffirm his commitment. I bet you some of those letters were even strongly worded. and then they were fired off. We're going to fire this off. Get the letter firer and aim it towards the White House. In response, White House officials tried to assure Democrats that prescription drugs remained important to him. Neither Biden nor congressional leaders have specified exactly how they will package proposals and pass them.
Does he still care about it? Yes. You promise? Yes, we promise. All right. Well, I might still send a letter. Ooh, okay. We understand. I'm going to my typewriter right now. I'm pushing a button.
Don't make me get the letter firer. I will launch a cannon of letters. Neither Biden. Okay. Pharmaceutical industries donated more to Democrats than Republicans in the lead up to the 2020 election.
Yeah.
I wonder why his policy is changing. So he's much better than Trump. He's not corrupted by, he's totally corrupted by money. He's going to deny you health care for money. And you tell me how he's better than Donald Trump. I'm serious. He's denying people health care for money. And you tell me how he's better than Donald Trump. It's just degree of evil. That's it. Degree of evil. Pharma is showering Congress with cash, even as drug makers race to fight the coronavirus. So you're not getting the public option. You're not getting pharmaceutical price relief. You're not getting Medicare for all. during a pandemic, a deadly pandemic. You're not getting the $15 minimum wage. You're not getting student debt relief. You're not getting a permanent child tax credit. You're not ending the wars. You're not getting anything. You're getting nothing, but they're telling you he's giving you everything. If you listen to the news, as Malcolm X said, they will have you hating the oppressed and loving the oppressors. And that's exactly what's going on right now. Anybody asking Biden to give us anything is seen as some kind of petty, petulant purist. And the people who are screwing you over are seen as the benevolent leaders who are giving you everything. Joe Biden's giving you so much cash. Anything you want to say, Aaron?
Bernie Sanders just put out a study that he commissioned from the Government Accountability Office, and it found that U.S. drug prices right now are 2 to 4 times higher than they are in Canada, France, and Australia. 2 to 4 times higher.
So that's 200 to 400% higher.
Yes, yeah. And meanwhile, also, there's another thing with Biden and pharmaceuticals where the patents for the vaccines, where he's been under a lot of pressure to waive like the so-called patent rights of big pharmaceuticals so that we can distribute vaccines to everybody around the world, which is for everyone's benefit. I mean, even if you don't care about people around the world, if you don't have everyone vaccinated, the world's going to be everyone's going to suffer.
It won't be safe.
So it's for everyone's benefit. But they're still dragging their feet on whether even to grant a waiver. And in terms of like him coming under pressure for that, it's not really even coming from Congress. There are people asking him, but like where there's been an actual vote to like ask Biden to do that is in the Seattle City Council from Kshama Sawant, where like that's where the leadership is coming from the Seattle City Council on this global thing, just to waive a patent, a so-called patent, as if these companies who we subsidize with billions of dollars, as if they own any of these medicines that help people beat the coronavirus. I mean,
that's like what Dr. Evil would do.
Yes.
That's kind of Dr. Evil shit. Of course, that's not being reported in the press, really.
Nope.
It's you can find it, but they're not pushing that story.
Yeah. And India, too, has one of the worst outbreaks in the world, and they're asking for permission to just import the materials that they need to make the vaccine. Biden's also dragging his feet on that, too. He's like, we got to take care of the U.S. first.
It's stunning. It's stunning. Again, if Trump did that, they would call him a monster.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he would be a monster who doesn't care. By the way, what's Joe Biden's position on Modi? What is Kamala Harris's position on Modi? What's AOC's position on Modi? Nobody fucking ever asked that question anymore. Why? Because the one candidate who was running for president who was against the war, that was the one thing they tried to use to smear her. And they all pretended they gave a shit about Modi. And now no one gives a shit about Modi. No one ever brings it up, ever.
Every issue, kids in cages.
Kids in cages, no one gives a shit about it.
We're good with that now. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Reality winner. Trump wouldn't pardon reality winner. Where's the call to pardon her now? She's been forgotten too.
They never remember Julian Assange.
No, of course not. No.
Because Hillary Clinton didn't like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Ron, anything you want to add to the prescription drug bust?
I was just going to... Well, I think this whole thing sounds like somebody who is a gangster and they're really, really bad at it. Like that's how comically ridiculous it is. Like, you worried about the high drug prices? Yeah, I'm worried about that. I got it covered. I got it. Oh, so it's there's a plan for it? No, there's no plan for it. But he might say something in a speech later. That's like nothing. No. We got this. It's like you're really bad at this. You're really, really bad at this.
It's amazing. This is just an Orwellian propaganda nightmare. And I grew up thinking it was the right wing that lied to its own people, and Fox News lied to its own people, and right wing media lied to its own people, and the Democrats are really pound for pound champions when it comes to lying to their own people, especially right now.
Rose McGowan was just on Fox News, and everyone freaked out about that. But one of the things she said was that Republicans are more honest about how they're screwing you over.
Yeah.
Whereas Democrats want you to believe that they're on your side.
Yes.
And that's what she really resents, and, she's right.
Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.